Hey folks, this is me. Welcome to my first video of the channel. This is your casual clone, and today we're going to do a quick review of these figures here. And it's more of a comparison actually than a review, if you think about it. So, these are three different types of clones. Well, not necessarily clones, not all of them at least. Because this guy right here is an elite squad trooper. These two are clones. We got a 501st and a regular phase 2 clone. Now, this is the 50th anniversary 501st. These two are Hasbro Black Series, elite squad trooper from the Bad Batch line, and then we have the 501st from the 50th anniversary, also Hasbro. And then this guy right here is the Aliexpress Bootleg clone, which is quite crazy if you guys are bearing with me here. So the reason I'm making this video is I got him in the mail just now, and I've had him for a while, and I've had him for the longest, and I'm disappointed, I have to say, which I wasn't aware of because I usually don't watch reviews, which wasn't my mistake. So he has the old body mold as to where these two have the new one. And the crazy part as well is that, this guy is fake and he's extremely cheap. It does take a little while to arrive, but he's great for the money. Well, I paid pretty much double. I paid $40 for him online because I couldn't find him anywhere else because I live in Europe and it's already hard enough to find Black Series here. And this guy I found fairly cheap for regular price, $20 on eBay. I got lucky at a bidding competition thingamajig. So with him, he's the regular Black Series. It's a great helmet. Again, he's not an actual clone. He's one of the first stormtroopers, actually. If I can focus onto him here real quick, if it lets me. It seems like it doesn't want to. There we go. So this is the first stormtrooper after Order 66 or during Order 66, but that doesn't matter. So he is the official Black Series version, which uses a clone trooper body mold, all fair and square. He does have a Tamara Morrison helmet underneath, or at least I believe he does, which is really nice. He does have the little neck that you take off, which is on a ball joint, and you have another ball joint at the end here, which is quite nice. If I can get him back, give me a second here. So he is actually really nice. He's a lot nicer than I would have thought. He does have butterfly joints. It's a bit hard to see, and they don't work very well with this guy, unfortunately. They're not the greatest. Apologies here. So they're not the greatest, but they get the job done. He has a nice range of motion at the torso. You can go this far down, this far. Can he crunch forward? Helmet, of course, this far up, with the torso also being bent backwards, but this far up without, this far down. This far down unless you push it, but it doesn't stay that way. And he does have a very nice amount of tilt here. Again, arms have a little bit of a butterfly joint, not too much, and they don't have double jointed, but they go past 90. Can go this far out. Shoulder pads kind of overlap here, but they're very soft rubber, so you don't have to be afraid of damaging the figure. Of course, rotates all the way around. That's pretty much standard in every figure that a lot of places can't really get wrong, so that's good. And of course, we covered the torso. He doesn't have a rotation down here at the waist. He just has this little torso joint, also ball joint. Legs are, on this case, double jointed, so you can kick out that far. Bit below 90. Double jointed, with the knee pads hindering the articulation. Go that far down. If you push it more, it'll break, which I don't think you want. And backwards this far is fairly normal. And that's the articulation for this guy. The feet, of course, they do go forward, but you have to kind of push it. The joints are a bit rough. They don't go back at all, pretty much. But you do have swivel here, so that's good. But yeah, this is the Elite Squad Trooper, which is based on a new mold for the clones, and now he's the newer figure, I believe. You know, he came out way before this guy, which I don't know why they decided to do this, and I just am surprised that they did. Is that with him, they gave him an old body mold, so first of all, he doesn't have a Tamara Morrison helmet head sculpt underneath. It's just kind of the neck and the ball joint. So this helmet is on a ball joint, which because of the helmet hinders pretty much articulation everywhere. You don't have any tilt at all. It seems like it, but there's no tilt at all. Nothing. You have side to side, obviously, all the way around, because it's a ball joint. And you have a little bit back, but pretty much barely anything. And you have a bit further down, which is a bit better on the other guy. You know, with the shoulder pads, they're firm. They're not soft rubber. They don't go inside. They go also above. But because they're firmer plastic, they don't go nearly as far with this guy. I'm trying to focus here, excuse me. They don't go nearly as far. This is as far as he can put his shoulder pads out, which sucks. It sucks so bad. I don't know why they did that. I just don't know. You know, all the way around, of course, as every figure. Double jointed elbows, which go past 90, but as you'll see in a minute, the double jointed elbows really don't make a big difference with this guy. You can tell that he has a different body mold when you crunch back. He has this little ridge right here that they decided to put on him. If it was to focus, I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. Yeah, there we go. So it has this little ridge right here, which is why you can indicate that it's a different mold. And if you compare it to him, excuse me for shaking the camera, when you pull him back, it's just a continuous line. You have the ridge that, you know, kind of shows that they didn't put it all the way through, whereas to this guy, it just goes all the way through, which gives him a really nice movement. This guy has also movement, but not nearly as much, and, you know, goes this far back, this far forward, which doesn't really go any forward. It just looks like he's standing straight up the thing, you know. Legs, the legs are the same, I believe, this far forward, actually past 90 if you twist it. I think the other guy can do the same. And of course double jointed knees, which go that far because the knee pads hinder him, so that's always fun, which is probably the nicest part about this figure. His feet do go forth a lot easier, and they do go back a little bit more than the other guy. And of course, does he have swivel? Yeah, he does have swivel, thank goodness. But yeah, that's the new one. That's the new Archive Series 501st Trooper, which I was really excited for. But this just sucks. And now, this guy's the bootleg, and he feels just as good as he feels just as good as this guy, right? He has great paint application. He does. And he's fake. Keep in mind, I bought him for $20, and he doesn't feel cheap. He doesn't. He has the same amount of weight to him, maybe a little bit lighter, but just a bit than this guy. And he has the best articulation of all three of them, which is just insane to me. First of all, he does have a Tamara Morrison helmet head underneath, so if you want to take off the helmet with a bit of heat, you can, and you can paint the head, which is great. He does have the separated neck as well, unlike this guy, which he doesn't. I may fail to mention, he doesn't have a separated neck. He doesn't. You can't really see it very well because I don't have really good lighting yet. But he does. So you can take off the head, the neck, which is a bit easier to take off, but it's not easy enough to like break it constantly. The arms go up with the shoulder pads over the thing this far, which is further than the other guy, you know. He does have butterfly joints, which work a whole lot better, you know. They actually work, they actually function, you know, compared to this guy. He does have them, but they don't function very well. You know, he has, oops, there goes the head. You know, that's just for demonstration purposes, I guess. But it's really easy, trust me. He goes this far down, you know, this far back, this far forward, which is significantly better than this guy, which this is how far he goes forward, you know. It's just insane to me, you know. He has no double jointed arms. This guy doesn't have either. He does. So now I'm going to demonstrate. So he has a single jointed arm, which goes past 90, by the way. And now this guy has a double jointed arm, right? Which goes, you know, not past 90, maybe a little bit. But that's a double jointed elbow. And it doesn't go much further than a single jointed, which, again, on this guy, he's the best bang for your buck. If you want to customize, which I'm planning on doing with this guy, like, he's the best deal you can get. He goes this far forward, you know, like the other figures. Also, does not have double jointed knees like both the Hasbro ones, right? But guess what? His knees kick exactly as far as the official ones that have double jointed, you know, single joint or pinless, I guess, versus double jointed pins and everything. It's the exact same amount, you know, maybe even more a little bit. Oh, his legs kick out that far. I forgot to do that on the other guys. Legs kick out that far, you know, without looking unnatural. Forgot to do it with these guys. Same, exact same. Now, I just find it so funny that